Welcome back. Attorney General Office has issued a travel ban for 10 people allegedly involved in the case of state insurer PT Asuransi Jiwasraya to prevent them from leaving the country amid an ongoing investigation into possible corruption within the company. Jiwasraya met with trouble when it was unable to pay matured policies worth 12.4 trillion rupiah, or equal with $892.2 million US. The policies were supposed to be paid off in December 2019. Investigators have questioned 89 witnesses but are yet to name any suspects. The travel ban for the 10 people was issued on December 17th. Some of Jiwasraya's former directors have reportedly flown overseas to avoid investigation. Former Jiwasraya President Director Hendrisman Rahim reportedly flew to Madrid, while former Financial Director Hari Prasetyo reportedly flew to London. As it is known, Jiwasraya has faced close scrutiny by the Financial Services Authority, or OJK. After it was revealed the company needed a 32.9 trillion rupiah, or 2.3 billion US dollar capital injection to boost its risk-based capital ratio to the minimum requirement of 120%. The government previously announced it did not intend to bail out Jiwasraya, which booked losses of 15.89 trillion rupiah in 2018 and 13.74 trillion rupiah during the first 9 months of 2019. The Supreme Audit Board, or BPK, also investigated Jiwasraya's case. Head of BPK, Agung Firman Sampurna, said Jiwasraya experienced loss since 2006. Such statement had been delivered by Agung in a press conference at BPK building a few hours ago. Agung said Jiwasraya in 2006 had manipulated its financial statements from loss to profit. And in this infographic segment, I would like to present to you some data following the development of Jiwasraya's case. The first one will be about 5 state-owned enterprises with the biggest loss in 2018. The first one is PT PAL Indonesia, experiencing loss as much as 0.3 trillion rupiah. PT Dirgantara Indonesia, 0.54 trillion rupiah. Perum Bulog, 0.93 trillion rupiah. Krakatau Steel, also, this is the listed company in Indonesia Stock Exchange. The loss as much as 1.08 trillion rupiah. And of course, PT Asuransi Jiwasraya as much as 15.8 trillion rupiah. According to the loss and liquidity problem, the government is exploring a number of options to save state-owned insurer Asuransi Jiwasraya, which has been facing a liquidity problem since it failed to meet customers' maturity payments. The government announced earlier that it did not intend to bail out Jiwasraya, which recorded 15.89 trillion rupiah in losses last year and losses of 13.74 trillion rupiah in the first 9 months of 2019 due to the insurer failing to fulfill its payment obligations for policies that had matured. Jiwasraya's loss can be seen through the next graphic. This is Jiwasraya performance by December 2018. As you can see, the number of the net income is below the another financial indicators, and then the net profit also recorded a negative performance, and this one is taken from the Ministry of Finance data. Jiwasraya's financial difficulties are not only happening now. 4 years ago, Dahlan Iskan revealed a bankruptcy issue in the company which was found in 1859. Dahlan, who was the state-owned enterprises minister at that time, said that Jiwasraya in 2014 had escaped the threat of bankruptcy for having to bear its previous financial burden of 6.7 trillion rupiah. The burden stemmed from the 1998 financial crisis, which brought difficulties to the banking and financial world. Banking was made easier due to massive bailout from the government, while the insurance industry did not get it. The problem experienced by Jiwasraya can be solved in 2 ways: addition of capital or zero coupon bond. At the time, the government was not able to provide additional capital due to limitation of state finances. One of the main causes of Jiwasraya's failure in paying customers' matured policies is the wrong strategies when it comes to investing companies' fund. And this is the list of investment portfolio of Jiwasraya. As much as 0.04% was placed in asset-backed security, loan policy 0.17%, government bond 7.31%, term deposit 10.25%. Meantime, for the stocks and invested in mutual funds, as much as 15.68% and 45.31%. And the total investment or the total fund that had been invested in these investment instruments, as much as 42.31 trillion rupiah. Many have pointed out that Jiwasraya's reckless investment strategy in the past decade has led to its near demise. Instead of investing in blue chip stocks, the insurer bought into third tier or penny stocks whose value was grossly inflated at the stock market. Jiwasraya then lost a lot of money when the price of those stocks fell. And to know in detail about the percentage in stocks with a bad performance and low-rated investment manager that have been chosen by Jiwasraya, let's see the next graphic. As much as 5.7 trillion rupiah of Jiwasraya's fund invested in stock, and 95% of it invested in stocks with a bad performance. And then from 14.9 trillion rupiah invested in mutual fund, 98% of it trusted to investment managers with bad performance. And liquidity pressures that made Jiwasraya fail to pay bank assurance policies occurred due to investment errors. The company placed its funds in equity repos. Repo transaction or repurchase agreement are loans provided with stock collateral. The loans offer high interest rates because it is high risk. And this is why Jiwasraya was bold enough to issue insurance products such as JS Proteksi Plan in 2013 by high interest rates. And problems came up when the capital market weakened and stock prices plummeted. The company cannot sell the shares that became collateral for the loan because its value declined. Jiwasraya, as the lender, will suffer a financial loss if it forces to sell this stock when its price is low. Then what will government do? As reaction on Jiwasraya's case, this is the statement from the Minister of State-Owned Enterprises, Erick Thohir. He said that the first step will be the formation of holding of state-owned enterprises in insurance sector. By that, Jiwasraya will have 1.5 to 2 trillion rupiah of fund to pay customers' loss. And then the next one is, this is the statement of Sri Mulyani Indrawati, the Minister of Finance of Indonesia. She said that government and the House of Representatives had agreed that we will not protect any crime of corporations. So the attitude or the reactions towards Jiwasraya's case really bold. The Attorney General Office last week launched a criminal inquiry into possible corruption at Jiwasraya. On Friday, the Immigration Office banned the insurer's former President Director Hendrisman Rahim and its former Finance Director Hari Prasetyo from traveling abroad. It also banned 8 other people connected to the inquiry from traveling abroad after a request from the Attorney General Immigration Office spokesman Sam Fernando said. And we are still waiting for the development of Jiwasraya's case in the near future. Stay tuned on Market Lines because we'll be right back after the break.